Today, 1.4 billion people on Earth don't have access to electricity. In countries like Peru, non-governmental organizations, or NGOs, are bridging this gap with alternative resource projects, yet not all NGO efforts are equally successful. Many initiatives have failed, leaving remote villages with ghost grids, in which defunct energy equipment is abandoned even while energy access remains an essential need. Others, however, succeed and are able to catalyze innovation in public-private energy projects. What explains this variation? The primary empirical focus of my research is a project by the Spanish nonprofit Acciona Microenergía Perú, AMP, which is the first NGO in Peru's history to be awarded an electricity concession area and also gain national authorization as a solar energy provider. AMP has greatly influenced Peru's policy landscape, helping the country's energy regulatory agency set a tariff for solar energy provision, and once the tariff was set, AMP qualified to receive the country's cross-subsidy for low-income rural energy users. Also, inspired by the success of AMP's small-scale solar energy project prioritizing community engagement, the Peruvian government has partnered with the private sector to electrify 500,000 homes via solar energy. This represents a crucial stage in Peru's energy policy as the government attempts its first large-scale solar energy endeavor to benefit its historically marginalized rural populations. AMP runs a fee-for-service solar home system program in communities around the Andean region of Cajamarca, Peru, reaching 4,000 homes. AMP claims that community engagement with end users is absolutely critical to their program's success. The Andean region of Cajamarca, where AMP operates, is an optimal environment for the study of rural solar energy projects. The rugged terrain and dispersed settlement patterns in the rural Andes Mountains and low energy demand from poor residents have made extending the national electric grid an immense challenge, both financially and technically, and made energy provision unprofitable for private utility companies. These adversities, combined with Peru's fortuitous levels of solar irradiation due to its proximity to the equator, make it an optimal region for the adoption of off-grid solar energy programs. The problem is that here there are two Perus, a Peru that is emerging and very competitive, and a Peru that has been forgotten. This recent statement by an official from Peru's energy regulatory agency captures the plight and conviction of many people in the global south. So how then do developing countries successfully provide energy infrastructure for their forgotten populations? Peru provides an especially revealing showcase of the problem and efforts to solve it. Its situation demonstrates that closing the energy access gap is fraught with both possibilities and contradictions between sustainability and development. So why should we be concerned with this issue? Because providing rural citizens with energy is a point where technology, climate change, and human inequality intersect, where science-driven solutions, adaptation to warming global temperatures, and the unforeseen challenges of development programs converge and manifest in perceptible ways. The Peruvian government has recently partnered with the private sector to electrify 500,000 rural homes via roof-mounted solar home systems. However, the current subsidy for solar energy providers does not allow energy companies to install solar home systems with DC to AC inverters. Peru's national electric grid uses AC power. In short, excluding inverters, which can cost between $30 to $150 from solar home systems, makes them cheaper, lessens the demand on the battery, and increases the technical sustainability of the system. However, most household appliances and medical devices, such as blenders, sewing machines, and vaccine refrigerators, function with AC power. The state-authorized solar home systems, which cost in total about $700, are only designed to provide in-home lighting, cell phone charging via a cigarette plug-in charger, and the use of a few devices that may be compatible with DC power, like a small black and white television. As a result, the state has chosen to pursue a policy that favors clean energy and sustainability, but does little for social and economic improvement. While the national electric grid provides urban energy users with 24-hour access to energy, the solar home systems only provide rural residents with light and energy for 4 to 5 hours a day, and precludes the use of common AC-powered household appliances. Lighting alone, however, will not aid in generating higher household incomes and raising standards of living. This situation highlights the contradiction of the state prioritizing the sustainability of energy equipment over the social and economic development of its citizens. Lighting alone, however, will not aid in generating higher household incomes and raising standards of living. This situation highlights the contradiction of the state prioritizing the sustainability of energy equipment over the social and economic development of its citizens. Recognizing the conflict between sustainability and development puts technology's role in policy design into sharp relief, and ultimately shows how these arenas can combine to improve the lives of rural Peruvian families. Conceivably, as research on energy storage advances, batteries will not only become cheaper, but longer lasting under the demands of DC to AC conversion. With the availability of more affordable, more durable batteries, the Peruvian government could amend their solar energy subsidy policy to allow solar home systems to include DC-AC inverters. NGO officials and government agents alike have indicated that this change would create the possibility for rural residents to utilize various potentially income-generating tools and appliances and expand beyond bare necessity energy use. This scenario shows how the contact zone between technology and policy is tangible and can have effects both immediate and enduring for real people in rural communities. Access to modern energy should not be a luxury for a fortunate few, but a human right. Hopefully, as clean energy technologies advance, they will also influence state energy policies so that countries like Peru may help develop new, innovative models of infrastructure provision in order to simultaneously serve human development while preparing for a less carbon-dependent future. And as the Peruvian energy official urged, we can no longer accept that in our country we have such a lack of energy coverage.